Welcome back to the channel, guys. Now that we've got our boom pole installed, it is time to get it actually hooked up and functional. And today's episode is going to be all about how to properly measure for all of your jumper hoses that you're going to need for this situation between the hose reel here, the pressure washer, and the boom pole. You can see my setup is still operational here with this giant oversized blue jumper hose to get from the hose reel to the pressure washer, but today we're working on that 3-position switch to get everything hooked up and installed. Stay tuned. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Detached Garage. Today we are measuring for everything to get this pressure washer hooked up and functional without having to run janky jumper hoses and just overall functional but not necessarily aesthetically pleasing items. So we're gonna get this thing set up, ready to go, and we're gonna talk to you about the specifics that you need to think about when you're setting everything up. So let's get the camera turned around and let's get started with this 3-position switch and the 3D printed mount I made for it. So we're gonna be able to hook it up to the wall. This is version 1, we'll get to version 2, but let's get the camera flipped around and start talking to you about how we're gonna get this thing set up. All right, guys, so with this 3-position valve, it's very difficult to find a way to get this fastened to the wall. So I went ahead and 3D printed this little bracket here. I still need to probably make the base a little wider, add some countersinks for the screws that are gonna go in here. But this is gonna allow us to get things mounted so we can do the measurements from each one of the ports to each one of the connections that it's going to go to. So I really designed this in a way where you could put zip ties through here and then basically route it around so that the valve would essentially stay inside, and then you could have the actual zip tie portion down here. We stood it off the wall a little bit so that you can not have the ugly, zip portions of it showing, and you can just have the strap across the top here. So we need to figure out exactly where this is gonna go. And so we've kind of got a few different things going here with the overall routing. So this is your pressure outlet up here for the pressure washer. Some come out of the front of the unit, depending on the unit you have, they might come out of the side of the unit. But we basically need to get this routed into this portion here. And so what we're gonna do is probably come out with a 90-degree down, and then we're going to kind of loop this around. So I'm not sure if we're going to go 90 degrees this way or 90 degrees down. It kind of depends where we mount this. So we're gonna try this in a few different positions here. So the other thing we need to do is mount from this fitting to the actual hose reel fitting, and then from the other fitting all the way up and around to that fitting up there. And so we're gonna have to have a few swivels up here to account for when the boom moves, and this fitting is all the way on this side over here, so we're gonna have to have a little slack. But that is the gist of the episode today. So right now, let's get this camera on the tripod. I'm gonna kind of position this, mount this, and then we're gonna try a few different positions of where we think this is going to go so that we have enough play to move the actual handle, make sure it doesn't interfere with anything, and then get this all measured up for all the different jumper cable connections. All right, guys, so with this valve, the big thing is you always have the inlet going into the non-hex side. So the inlet is always going in here, and based on the position that the valve is in, right now with it pointing this way, the valve is going in and out this bottom portion, and then when I put it this way, it's coming in and then out the top portion. And so I think that is probably gonna be the setup we're gonna want. So when the valve is down like this, it's going to come out of this way, and I think we'll route this side on the bottom here to this swivel for the hose reel. And then we'll have the inlet come out from up here. We'll do a 90-degree down, and then likely just a soft loop like this, which we'll get a little more flex on it. We'll do a straight section here, and then probably we'll put a 90 also on the wall here, so that we can go kind of right into that. So this jumper hose is going to be a little bit complicated, but not as complicated as the next one, because we're probably going to either go straight up, or we'll come out with a 90 and go this way back behind. So let's get this thing mounted to the wall. I think we're going to want to be just a little bit higher than the actual inlet here to the hose reel, and that will allow us to come out of the bottom of this and have a much easier kind of flow and break to get to this section here. So let's screw this in and just temporarily screw this in. Again, I'm gonna do a version 2 in black with the countersinks in here, but I've got some screws here that I can just put in temporarily and get this thing held up so we can get some measurements for the actual hose length. All right. Got that there. Let me move you guys here so you can see a little better. So again, this is going to get zip tied down in here, and we're going to have this back and forth. So up will be sending water up. This way we'll be sending water to the hose reel. So now we can do some measuring and figure out what we're going to need with all the different lengths. So let's grab a tape measure and start measuring this up. Welcome to a new day and a new week, and we have everything hooked up. And let me tell you the story of how this actually happened once we flip the camera around and show you what we're working with. All right, guys, so I figured you didn't want to see me just go and measure with a tape measure and then try to figure things out, but we basically have everything hooked up from our 3-position switch. Still have the white 3D printed unit that we have to switch out with the black one. We'll do that on this episode. But we've got all of the hose lengths hooked up. Everything works. We can divert water from the pressure washer to the hose reel, and from the pressure washer up to the boom pole. We've got our swivels hooked up and everything is good to go. And the reason this is done already is because I tried calling everybody. I tried calling Obsessed Garage, I tried calling Pressure Washer Warehouse, I tried calling the actual hose manufacturers to see if they could help me do custom hose lengths, and none of them really wanted to help out that much at all. So what did I do? Well, I found a backup solution. So there's this company called Pertekch, and we'll cut to that right now as I'm narrating this, but Pertekch is a company that specializes typically in on-site hose replacement and hose repair for hydraulic systems. This, being a pressure washer, is technically a hydraulic system. And the very cool thing about Pertekch is, if you have your own fittings and all you need is hoses hooked up, they will absolutely do that. So I bought these specific swivels that are going to help the boom pole swivel. I bought those off of Amazon. I will link those down below. And I bought a number of other fittings off of Amazon as well that all went into the system. Now, I wish I would have known how expensive it was going to be for Pertekch, but I would have bought way more fittings if I had known how expensive Pertekch was going to be, because they will use your fittings to install everything, and it will be a lot cheaper if you just buy all your own fittings, map everything out, and just have them come, cut the hoses to length, crimp everything with their industrial crimper, and get everything hooked up for you. So Pertekch took about 2 hours to do this, and we used their fittings and everything. And so that truck coming to your house or wherever your job site or whatever, they charge about $180 an hour. So pretty expensive, but if you have all your fittings ready to go and all they need to do is cut hose to length and crimp everything, it should take under an hour to get this all done. And let's be honest, if you're buying a $1,000 plus boom pole to put in your garage, you can afford a few $100 to get this done. And this, I think, is the easiest way to get this done. So we've got the swivel that basically allows this to move back and forth like this. And we've also got the swivel right here that allows it to go this way. So we've got 2 degrees of freedom here. I will get this with a P-clip fastened to this stud here, and I will get the other end of this fastened up here as well, and get this cord cut to length and get everything looking nice and tidy. So super, super happy with how all of this turned out. Let's get this in action. One quick note before we show this thing in action, I made sure to do quick disconnects on every single hose. So we've got our quick disconnect from the pressure washer, we've got our quick disconnect here that goes to the hose reel, and we've got the quick disconnect here that goes up and around to the boom pole. That way, if I ever need to do anything to the valve, when I need to change the oil in the pressure washer, everything can be disconnected all from each other. So that's one thing in the design you might want to think about, is making sure you do quick disconnects in at least one in all 3 locations, if not on both ends. All right, guys, so let's show you the setup and operation of this system here. So first things first, let's get the water kicked on. Water is kicked on, and we have this flowing right now to the hose reel because this lever is off to the side and pointed this way and not up. So we've got our hose reel, we've got water coming out. We can put our rinsing wand on, get that hooked up, turn the pressure washer on, and we are good to go. Now, we can leave the pressure washer on. We don't want to flip the switch because we don't have any plug plugged into this hose. So what we are going to do is we are going to actually shut the water. We're going to shut the pressure washer off. We're going to shut the water off. We'll get the pressure off as well. Again, there's no more water flowing here. There will be a little bit that comes out when we unclip this. So that will just go down right there. We will get this plugged in to the boom pole. Then we will switch the 3-position valve. We will turn the water back on. We will turn the pressure washer on. And now we are pressure washing again. So this boom pole can swing out, go all over the place. You can see the 2 articulating pieces are allowing this to go all the way over here. We've got that set up quite nicely, and we've got lots of water flowing out of this pressure washer here. So thanks so much for watching this episode. If you have any questions, please let me know. I will put all the links to all the fittings I use down in the comments below. Pertekch is a great option. This video is not sponsored by them. You might have a different brand out in your neck of the woods to be able to come provide mobile hose repair and replacement service. That's what you would be looking for. Make sure you get all of your fittings laid out. They will do all the measuring when they get there. And I hope you enjoy washing your car with your brand new boom pole. Thanks so much for watching, and I can't wait to catch you on the next episode.